Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Max Stoecker of Midland Football. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing well. So I know it's been a while since the football season ended and all that stuff. I know you've been
Yeah.
up to a lot and getting ready for track season, but let's go back. How do you think this season went for you?
I think overall it went pretty good. We didn't ultimately reach our goal of getting a district championship. We came up just short, but we gave it our best shot, and that's all you can really ask for out of a team. So I think ultimately it was a good season.
Yeah. I know there was a lot of change this year, especially with a new coach coming in and all that stuff, but there was a lot of returners back for this team. But what was it like just to have the season that you did?
It meant a lot because I mean it's been the same group of guys since seventh grade, and we've all kind of looked forward to our senior year, all being together one last time. And I really think that's what pushed us to go the extra mile this season and, win all those games. Like I said, it stung a little bit more to come up a few points short in that last game, but just being with all those guys for one last season, that was really all you could ask for, and it was a great season.
Yeah. So what were some of the biggest things that you improved on just as overall player this year?
I'd probably say defensive line. So I go both ways, O line and D line, and I started training D line last off season. Just because I think that would get me, better in a better spot for recruitment and stuff like that. And so I think that's where I saw lots of improvement in my game. The first half of the season, it was kind of slow for me on defense, but in the last three games, I had 6 sacks, and that's really where, my defense started to show. So I think that's probably my biggest area of improvement this season.
So going into this year, this year, what were some of the big moments that really stuck out for you?
Um, as far as like games and like moments kind of stuff,
Yeah.
um, I'd say right out the bat, probably Bay City Western. That was week three. I've never beat them in high school. And them being 15 minutes away, that's always been kind of a rival for us. So to go in there and win by, 30, 40 points or however many that was a great game. And that game was coming off of a loss to a pretty big Portage Northern team. So I think that one kind of led the way for the rest of the season. But then after the Bay City Western game is really just trying to it was like a revenge tour on all the teams we lost to last year. Traverse City, Central, Mount Pleasant. That was a big one, senior night, and then obviously Dow losing to them 2 times last year, and beating them in city championship for the conference title. That was pretty big.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, but as you kind of leave your mark on this program, what's the biggest thing you'll take away from your experience at Midland?
Probably just like the brotherhood and all the connections, and really how much effort you can tell is shown, like put into the program by the players and the coaches. Um, Shout out to my defensive coordinator, Coach Starling. I've played for him for the last 4 years, and we've built a close bond with each other. And I think that connection with the players and the coaches is really what makes this program go far. As we haven't been traditionally, the biggest or strongest team, we kind of run off our own gas, as our coach would say, and find our own way to win. So, yeah.
What does football mean to you, Max?
uh, what does football mean to me? Um, football for me, I don't know. It gets I've always been a sports kid, and football, it just gives me another chance to work hard at something. I like to work hard at whatever I do, and for football, that's just another thing to work towards. I mean, it opens up so many opportunities for me after high school too. And you know, I'm really looking for a good education, and I think football is giving me that chance. So, I look at football as more than just football. I look at it as opening so many other doors for my future.
For sure. Um, and I know you want to, there's a lot of things that you're going to do. And of course, football is not done for you.
Right,
What
right.
is next? Of course, we talked about a lot of that stuff when you came on earlier this year. What was just kind of remind everybody why Northwood was the place you needed to go for to continue your football career.
Yeah, I mean, they reached out early, and them being 5 miles away from my house, they've always been in close contact. And I've always wanted to come back. Excuse me. I've always wanted to come back to Midland after college to find a job, and you know, to have college be already in Midland, that'd be a huge thing. And Northwood also gives me the opportunity to play both sports that I love, track and football. And like I said, I'm also looking for a great education. Northwood has nothing but that. So
For sure. And the last thing is, what will you miss most about high school football and playing for Midland? I know you're not going far. In fact, I don't know if you're
right.
really leaving because
No,
yeah, I mean the games will be not too far away.
right.
But what will it be like going to a game or like, oh yeah, I'm not playing.
I think it goes back to what I said before answering. It's about the brotherhood and connections that you have with your friends. I'm going to be playing football 7 months from now, but it's not going to be with the same people. And it's going to be hard, not being with those guys again. But that opens up new doors and new connections to make other friends and stuff like that. And I'll feel the same way 4 years from now when I'm being done at Northwood. So life goes on, but it's going to stink not being able to play with those guys again.
All right. Well, Max, thanks for the time as always, and we'll talk to you soon.
Of course. Thank you.